Žijeme v 21. století. Století blahobytu a depresí. Jsme obětí sociálních sítí, které nás odcizují. Máš konečně odvahu otevřít oči a vzít do rukou zodpovědnost, tak sleduj nás.
Alcohol or some kind of experience that is cultural, that connect with some kind of external substance to a little bit shut down the mind, numb the mind. Don't want to think about work anymore, I want to have fun. One of the main things that is happening in Israel, and I really appreciate, is the family ties. I call them the master plants. Plants among the whole plant world that have special power. And the soul can see everything and also sometimes travel up to see the whole life in a matter of seconds or minutes. That experience is a release of the DMT molecule within ourselves.
So, be ready. Hello, Orpheus. Hello, audience. This is our first time. We have a guest from all the way, originally from Costa Rica?
I live in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, travel around the world, Israel.
Israel, I was born in Israel. And after 7 years, I left to explore the world and find my place.
And support Czech Republic as well.
As well.
We met in a healing festival. It was the first time I experienced his class. Very interesting. Like we were going into like finding the animal. So like shamanistic work, which we can discuss later to not scare our audience. And we met in Greece as well. So it was Colibri Festival.
That's right.
And Orpheus is the mythology, right? Orpheus?
Yeah, yes.
Puppet?
Prophet.
Yeah, a musician. Wow, he's like skillful. He's very skillful, like so many things. So we are going to discuss and see his superpower, which is contribute here in Czech Republic. I'm very thankful for that.
Of course, my pleasure.
So why Czech Republic and all these things you're doing for us?
Actually, the first contact with Czech Republic started in Costa Rica, as I was working with the local festival and Vision festival that happens every February in Costa Rica. And one day came a lady named Magdalena from Czech Republic to be home, my place in Costa Rica, because it's a spiritual healing community center. And I needed someone to help me as a volunteer at the Envision Festival to hold space for my activities and so on. And she joined and supported me. And then she left. And then, I don't know, remember, maybe 6 months or 1 year later, she sent me a message. I'm starting a festival in Czech Republic. Would you mind coming? And I said, well, it's a good opportunity. I've never been to Czech. You know, I like your energy and I want to support what you do. And it was the first healing festival near Brno, outside Brno, somewhere in the forest. So that was my first time coming to Czech Republic. And I met amazing people and created really, even in the first festival, some kind of a feel-like community, like a soul family that were established there. We stayed after the festival, we went traveling, and I met people that are friends since then, since, I don't know, 9 years now.
Wow. And how do you see like the Czech Republic? Like do you experience Prague as well? You know?
Yeah.
It has also some good and bad experience as well, no? Compared to Costa Rica vibes and culture things.
I mean, you know, bad and good is something that we perceive through our eyes. You can see an experience and say it's a bad experience, and I can see an experience and say that's a good experience, I can learn from that. So the way we translate what is an experience is really subjective, I see. Of course, if someone maybe will fight in the street, we will both think it's a bad experience, right? But maybe we can see deeper into that. What is the reason for them fighting? Obviously, violence is not something good. And always there's something behind that until I can really understand the situation, I always look at it from a positive point of view. So for me to connect to Czech Republic, be in Prague, be in Brno, being in the northern parts of the country, doing retreats in nature, I find this place pretty beautiful, special, interesting people, and much more positive than negative, you know, much more goodness.
Good to hear that.
Yes.
You are kind of light, you know, sending the light that's coming from you. This is like, how did you get such like powerful things? Where did it come from? Like, what did you learn? You know, the basic.
It's a long story.
Oh.
But I can give you a brief, everyone. And I think that as far as I remember, I always had healthy life. You know, I was not so much sick. I don't remember experiencing some deep sickness or some kind of trauma event in my life. And yet, around the age of 24 or something like that, I start feeling that the life that I had were not really satisfying, were not really fulfilling me, and I had everything. I was in a very good place, very good position, with very beautiful girlfriend, with very good job and all that, and it was something missing. And I felt it from inside. It was not rational. And so through books, through Tai Chi, which is a practice that I started originally to connect to the esoteric and mystery of the world, I found that I was very powerfully called to connect to Asia, to the Orient, and to the wisdom that lies there. And that wisdom started giving me, of course, with my desire to learn, tools that are very powerful. And so the power started, you know, it's like, it's coming, yeah.
How is the tools? What are they? The powerful things, you know, it can be dangerous, nice, good, you know.
It can be dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, martial art, I always wanted to learn some kind of a martial art, to learn how to defend and to move in the right way and to protect myself and some others. But I didn't like really fighting, like really like going into the rank or MMA or something like that. So what came to my life, and because I was kind of calling for it, was Tai Chi. And Tai Chi Chuan, if you know the full term, is the ultimate shadow boxing. It's hiding through a very soft and comfortable movement that ultimately bring healing, but they can be one of the most powerful self-defense techniques. And in self-defense techniques, you can also, you know, harm someone if it's needed. Like, if someone will come to kill me, I will defend myself, you know. But it's a peaceful martial art. The idea is to always find balance, peace, and so on. It's very powerful. The ways, the mysterious ways of the universe showing us that actually by retreating and by finding the inner quiet and inner peace, there's a very strong power in it. But you need to cultivate that.
Okay. And this is coming from, because Israel people are really like those like wild people who defend themselves. They've been in the war like many centuries. So it's like in your gene, maybe it's like, and very smart people, I would say. So what are your roots? Like from Israel or?
Yeah, my roots are from Israel. Generations back, 3 generations before, from Europe, East Europe, Poland, Russia, Ukraine. And my parents already were born in Israel. I was born in Israel. And somehow, you know, if you look really ancient ancestral heritage back, yeah, the Israel tribe always needed to defend themselves. to live in a mode of survival in order to stay. So there is the warrior feeling there, but I'm a peaceful warrior. So I wanted to learn those ways that can give me ultimate health and help others to find balance, to find healing, and to find their own power.
Okay, so I know that you're not only teaching like the self-defense, like the Tai Chi. I think I saw you on the beach in Calabria somewhere, doing it's almost every morning you were doing
Qigong.
Qigong,
Yes.
sorry, it's Qigong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what I wanted to ask. So what are the other, because I remember there was a calling for the inner animal in the shamanic way. So using also this technique. What is it and how does it look?
The experience at the festival?
Yes.
So I called it DMT journey, which DMT stands for Dream Meditation Technique. And this dream meditation technique, the technique itself activates our own inner molecule that is called DMT. That is another name for it is the spirit molecule, because it's the molecule that creates the fight or flight experience. You know, when you are in a deep fear and you need to run away, or some kind of a really traumatic experience happens to a human, usually we detach from the physical body, not to experience it. And yet we see the world in a different perspective, either from above, or we go into a light. You know, someone that has a major accident and is in a coma state, what happens to the soul? The soul detached from the body now is injured, and the soul can see everything and also sometimes travel up to see the whole life in a matter of seconds or minutes. That experience is a release of the DMT molecule within ourselves. So I created a technique that released that DMT molecule in a very subtle way to allow all those people that come to the experience to journey without the body. So we take most people to the multiverse or the astral dimensions or to the parallel dimensions to connect with spirits, guides, spirit animals.
Cool.
For the purpose of empowerment, healing, receiving direction in life. It's a very unique and beautiful way to give people in a matter of an hour or two, sometimes a life-changing experience.
I was a bit scared of doing that. Like, I felt like I want to be on the earth. Like, I'm a very earth person.
Yeah.
Does it happen to you that some people are maybe scared of doing this? Because, or maybe why they are scared of that?
It's rare to have someone that is really scared of that because it's safe. We don't take anything external. It's not involved in any substance. You've been there.
Yeah.
And it's not even required to do like some intense breathing or anything. There's a little tapping technique. There's a bit of awakening or activation of the energetics of the body. And then, by my guidance and the shamanic drum, we enter a state of some kind of a trance meditation. The fear comes from the rational mind being afraid of losing control. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And so if people are very rational and critical, it will be difficult for them sometimes to journey.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you journey?
Not really.
Yeah, exactly.
not really, like...
You want to do it now?
Now?
Yes. Maybe we don't have time for that now, maybe later.
Maybe later. So, no, I understand. Like, I had a different story. Like, my life, I was running away from the pain, let's say. I didn't want to feel the pain.
Yeah.
When you are like a little kid. So many people like hurting to you, and then you cannot defend yourself, and you either say yes to everything rather to satisfied. So that was like a reason I went back to my body and finally start defending myself and being in my power. That's why it's something different which can stop me of doing that. And I understand. I'm not very fan of the breathing exercise. What do you think about the like tobacco or doing this shamanic? There's also another shamanic things. So what's your opinion for that?
Like about shamanic rituals that using plant medicine and different plants? I appreciate them because we call them the master plants. Plants among the all plant world that have special power. They have special composition that in the right way, if you drink it or smoke it or apply it on your skin, the perception of your reality changes. Sometimes in a very subtle way and sometimes very intensely. And what is the purpose of that? It's sometimes to shake ourselves from the rational mind that always tell a story of how reality is and what it should be and how we should be and so on, and it bypass that. So I call it like the most ancient biohack methods. If biohack is a trend now, go to the ancient biohacking. The soul journeys, hypnosis, and plant medicine work. Because it kind of forces you, somehow it forces the mind to step aside or to shut down for a moment, and then you see visions of how your soul experienced life. And you see where you were wrong, you see what you need to change, you see where you need to forgive, you see where you need to forgive yourself, you see how you can connect to your heart again, find love. It's very deep. So it sometimes makes faster your human's self-evolution. You know, it's not the ultimate thing, it's not for everyone, but it's something that when people are ready, it's there for them waiting, and it just like makes you jump, a quick jump.
Okay, so it's like those plants, like how you, I don't know if the plant is ayahuasca. You mean that?
Ayahuasca, peyote, some cactuses, mushrooms, marijuana, different plants.
I like mushrooms and I like marijuana, like when I can eat it. Those are like something I come along with. And I also did Kambo experience.
Yeah. So Kambo is not psychoactive. With Kambo, Kambo is a detoxifying process. Through the deep detox, you can experience maybe a vision or wisdom or something that is being released, or which is beautiful. Usually in the shamanic ways, Kambo is a preparation before ayahuasca ceremony, for example.
And because like I still come from Europe, let's say Czech Republic, you know, we need rules for everything, the contracts for everything, you know, not many things are forbidden, many things are forbidden.
Yeah.
And especially, how did you grow up like you? Because you are doing the communities as well, your own communities, because we are spoiled here in Prague, in Venice. So how did it look there? You know, I know that the Indians, they have very strict way, but they are not Indian, but the strict way how to, what's the word? To raise the child, like the man and the woman. How it's maybe in your culture, or how are you doing it? What's your?
You're asking how is it in the Jewish Israeli culture, or how do I do it now?
You can say both, because you grew up in it. So how was it for you, and how did you change?
Okay. So I grew up in a very normal Israeli family, non-religious, and culturally involved, of course, in the Israeli lifestyle. And one of the main things that is happening in Israel, and I really appreciate, is the family ties. The family ties that is supported by the tradition is very strong. We meet in the family every weekend on the Friday. I don't know if you've been to my Shabbat ceremony, not mine, but what we created together. It was on Friday night. It was a ceremony to appreciate life. It was not involved anything external, nothing special, but just a circle of people in songs and prayers. And we did that for world peace. So we invited a Lebanese friend, Indian friend, and some others, Mexico, Costa Rica, and Israel, of course. And that's something that happens in Israel every weekend. I remember as a child, every Friday night we meet at this grandparents' house, and every Saturday lunch at the other grandparents' house. So the father, mother families, almost every week, think about that, meeting. The kids, the cousins, the parents, the brothers, sisters, and the grandparents. And it created a very solid family bond. More than that, in Israel there's a thing that is called the kibbutz, which is a community-based lifestyle that was influenced from communism, from Russia. When Israel needed to be established, they wanted the best way to protect themselves and children. So they lived in communities. That community became kibbutz. And that was my favorite way of spending my holidays, because I was a kind of a city boy. And escaping school as much as I could to go surf and to play with my friends and go out at nights and go crazy. And then when we had long holidays, I just wanted to go to this kibbutz place because it felt very safe. I could run barefoot everywhere, ride bicycles, go to the pool, play with the animals. And somehow in my kind of dream, I wanted to live in this kind of way. So in my adult life, when I went to explore the world and realized that I want to live in a very free place, Israel didn't give me that solution. Israel is a very intense place. I love the place. I love the people. I have many friends there. But for me to have freedom of self-expression, I wanted something much more wild.
Authentic.
Authentic, exactly. We talked about authentic life. And yeah, I feel that I'm not hiding. I'm not shy. I'm not ashamed to speak out my truth and how I am and who I am. So who I am, I'm still realizing. But how I live, then I found Costa Rica, and I found this place that is in the middle of the jungle. And we live in a community way. And we do not force any religion, any practice, any specific way. I believe in freedom of expression with the most simple rules that some of them are given through the Bible. If it's do not kill, do not steal, do not lie, basic, and respect one another. So if we do a Shabbat ceremony and we invite the community and somebody doesn't want to come because he has something else, that's fine. And if somebody wants to share something and experience a workshop, an event, a healing, we'll give the space for people to experience, and we are supporting each other and connecting through rituals that are alternative. So instead of coming to the pub and drink beer, we connect in a circle, drink cacao, put music, and go on a dance.
That's very different.
I
know. That's why I'm asking, like, how do you feel here in Prague if you go out? Like, I believe that we are like nice people, check out nice people, a bit lazy, a bit not very open-minded. It's still very difficult to open those things because it was used in the past, those things.
Yeah.
So.
But that's what I'm saying. What is the reality that you are creating in front of you, Because I can come to Prague and meet those people that I know and know me, and we have an amazing, beautiful evenings together that are not involved necessarily alcohol or pop music. And we drink cacao, and we put music or have a guitar, and we play at home. It happened to me the last 3 nights in Prague. It was amazing. And so we are creating our life, and we are responsible for our environment and our people. And I think it's actually, I will tell you that I feel that Czech people that I met and know, there's an increasing level of awareness to have more holistic way of living, and yeah, maybe more community style.
Yeah, this is something maybe new, because people are still hurted a lot.
Yeah.
Hurted. And I want to say, now it's coming about Czech people. They are not like opening like those things, even for me, but I'm realizing now, like how the community, because I grown up in a family which wasn't really bounded together.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly like bounded, but not relationshiply, like there was not bounded like very like the bound, deep connection.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, and how is your connection in those communities? How was it? How did you feel? Was it supporting you like in this kind of way?
Yeah. There are two I would say, two types of connection. There's blood connection, which is your family, your brothers, sisters, your father, mother, and above and below, which is something that most likely will always be there for you. You can always call them, you can always maybe ask for advice or support, unless there's some conflicts. It can happen, but not always. And there is soul family. Soul family are people that you will meet sometime in your life, and you will feel that it's your brother or sister. And it will be a connection that if it's been nourished, fed properly, with both sides wanting to stay in touch, it can be even more than blood family, because it's a connection that is based on your curiosity, interest, things that you do, things that you love. So around me in Costa Rica, for example, I have a soul family of people that I love, that I believe that they love me, I hope. They are appreciating each other, what we do. And I can always make a phone call, ask to come and to meet, ask for advice if I need something. And we flow together also in the events, in the community events, in the activities, in the day-to-day. We go to the river together and to the beach, and we have sunset events, and we play drum together. With my blood sisters, not necessarily they will come to these events, but I can call them anytime, and I know that they know me. So it's a bit different. These are two groups of connections that we have in our circles.
Yeah, and thank you. Now I get back because something I lost
before.
Yeah, and it was sustainability.
Okay.
How you say sustainability and a money-driven target, like here in Europe. You said you learned or you're teaching in the communities. It's normal, maybe. So how you find it? What's your way how to sustainable yourself and aroundness?
So you mean in a financial way?
In a financial way, because me, what I see people they are greedy in the way, they go for the money a lot.
Greedy, okay.
Greedy.
Yeah.
So, and then there is a way of sustainability, to think ahead, you know. So how, because you created the community, right? How do you teach sustainability compared to the money supporting or no need in the forest, in the jungle? You don't need maybe. So how is the the mindset of it?
I tell you, money is a tricky thing. Okay, it's an energy that doesn't have positive or negative. It's very objective. Money. If people don't understand that, it's time to understand that. And we give money the energy that we maybe desire, okay? So I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not amazing with the whole money dealing, but I know how to maintain myself and family and support the community and the ground, the facility for community to thrive, to continue, to maintain, So I feel that there's always the game between the need, what do you really need in terms of financial sustainability, and what do we want. People who want more, they can become greedy because they can think that having a lot of money has a good feeling, success. It's attached to many things, okay? Now for me, having money is a way that can support me in my projects, in the community, in the activities, in spreading more light to the world in different ways. And there are many projects that are still waiting because I don't have the financial means to give them so they can become realistic. So it's a matter in our community. It's not like I'm feeding the community and everybody eats because I make money. Everybody work. Everybody supports the way of the community. We need money in the jungle also, because for me to go from my home to buy food for the event, I need money for gas. For me to come to Europe, I need money to fly. Money is energy, and it works, and it can help us to move the world. Now it can help us to destruct the world or to move it in a constructive way.
So yeah. And what's your plan at the moment? What you doing exactly? And I talk like businessman sometimes. So what's the result of that? And the future plans I'd like to know.
Thank you. Good. At the moment, I keep on doing what I really believe that is my mission in the world, and it's growing, and it's to bring awareness, wellness, health, well-being, and joy to human beings. Now, I believe that the world is changing. We see that in technology. We see that even in the way AI, money, everything is changing and growing faster. We don't know where it will lead, but also the awareness and wellness world and well-being, the awareness to it grows. So, and I believe that I am an influencer in this way. I'm a pioneer in some of the new ways to bring, for example, shamanism to the mass without being afraid. Because if you understand that you can travel to the astral world and receive a message that is really important for you, that you don't even know, and you don't need to take anything external, it's safe.
Yeah, because we as I mentioned that through my experience, we are afraid. So
Exactly.
like we live in the heads here in Europe.
Yeah, in a way of fear, kind of. I have to do that because if not, something will happen, I will not have enough. It's called fear, scarcity. And then, in a way, the systems, they want us to be locked into the system. So we will not go into that. But my mission is to bring more of that, more of the well-being and the alternative ways of living to the people, you know? In an authentic way.
I think at the moment, like, I think people realized, maybe realizing that even the ones who have the health and wealth, I think they realize if the people under them, they are healthy, it will be like, you know, maybe like we will be in better atmosphere, you know. It's very feeling. I don't know, how do you feel Prague when you come there? Do you feel really, I understand that you have positive people around you, but how do you feel like when the energy shifts compared to?
I feel still that Prague, like many major cities, there's a lot of dense energy. There's a lot of energy that is, in a way, work-driven. And as we said, like, chasing money for some kind of result of an illusion happiness at the end of the day. And it's illusion because, you know, even Buddha said that, yeah, you will have more money, you will buy a bigger car, then you will want more money to buy even a bigger car. You have the boat and the house, but at the end, and I met these people, they're not happy. And the density of the city is felt. The frequency and the vibration, maybe that you experience in the festival, that is like elevated, everybody are more open and happy and hugging and sharing and dancing. It's a very unique. And when you come to the city that most people are not so happy, it's been felt. And so how the city people and the people of Prague, I was there in the last few days, alcohol or some kind of experience that is cultural, that connect with some kind of external substance to a little bit shut down the mind, numb the mind. Don't want to think about work anymore, I want to have fun. But that level of fun is also not always very deep, because if you drink 2-3 beers or I don't know, you're not really thinking clearly and you just enjoy the moment, but the sadness or the grief or the sorrow inside or the frustration is still there. And alcohol actually influences the liver, which stores the emotion of anger. So the more people drink alcohol, the energy of the liver, that is anger, is rising. And so alcohol is a substance that actually creates more violence in the world.
Okay.
So, and I call it a low frequency. And so sometimes being in the city and traveling around, there's beautiful people and there's also the density of the city.
And what do you think, like, because many people are afraid of, for example, marijuana or mushrooms or those, let's say, herbs or the plants.
Yeah.
For me, I personally like it, but still in this way that the mind is changing, shifting, you know. It can be curing, it can be cured, no?
Yes, of course. Yeah. The world now, science and the technology of health, in main institutes, they recognize marijuana as a curing substance, plant. Mushrooms, the psilocybin mushrooms, are being researched in labs and in depression institute and emotional places, or people that institute that talk about and heal and cure mental states, to be very helpful. So now microdosing become a thing. Microdosing of mushrooms or of CBD, which is the element of marijuana, or microdosing of THC, can help our mental and emotional state to be a bit more relaxed, because the life in the rat race, I call it, where we need to run like rats, create anxiety, create depression, create frustration. And so if you can use something that is like a little drop, or inhaling something that makes you a bit more calm, and you can go to work like that, maybe the day looks different. So I appreciate that, and I know that for some people it's not right. It's not for everyone, let's say.
So what would you recommend, like small pieces to do to become more aware and get off the alcohol free?
I recommend start with, before the substances, start with healthy lifestyle, which means moving the body in the right way. So some sort of exercise, movement, stretching. Then choose yoga, tai chi, qigong, something to build your energy. Then look at the food that you eat. You know, we understand that fruits are very healthy and salad is very good, but what most people choose? Potato and steak. I don't know, you know? I see that. And so increase the level of the living food, like grapes. Look at that, full of energy. And green salads can detox liver, spleen, and kidneys, and help all the toxic elements that we take, including alcohol, to be flushed out. On top of that, if you can find 10 minutes of meditation a day, on top of that, if you can find once a week a place you can go, like ecstatic dance or some kind of a dance, and it doesn't even matter, you can put playlists at home and move the body, release the stored emotions, you know? And luckily, we are living in a world of online content and technology that is available everywhere, and there are courses and there are online platforms that can offer different ways of living, alternative and teachings.
Okay. And I have one like kind of sneaky questions, like what do you think about like a man and woman and their purpose and difference, like how you see
Men and women?
Yes, like in shamanic way, maybe from your perspective of view, because it's like big topic for everyone.
So I tell you what if I understand the question right, but we are co-creators. We are born in order to experience life as heaven on earth. This planet was created in a beautiful and balanced and harmonious way, which what was not in harmony became extincted, like the dinosaurs and the different creatures that were not really fitting. And now humans came into the game. And they need to understand this game, okay? And so the completion of the yin and the yang is the masculine and the feminine. We have it inside us and we have it on the external. In order to continue the world of humans, we have to match men and women to create a third. So in the Taoist way, we say that at the beginning there was nothing. From the nothing came the one. From the one, there was separation and created the two. The positive and the negative, the masculine and feminine, the heaven and earth. And from the two created the third, which is the yin and the yang, and the dot in the middle. The yin between the yang between the yin, the third creature, which is the child. And that's what keeps the world. There are countries now that they are in a lower rate of birth, which means more people are dying than being born. And it's a problem for countries. So we have a mission to enjoy this planet, enjoy also the connection between the masculine and feminine, and I think that it should be in a healthy way, also not being greedy, you know? And there are different ways to live life in a composition and combination. And the idea that we have to find the one and it will be forever, I don't think it's realistic, you know? As we evolve also, we understand that we meet a person Sometimes it's for life, and it's amazing if it can be for life. But sometimes we meet a person, there's kind of a contract, we bring a child or two, and then we see that our life going in different ways. And so instead of fighting it and staying in a suffering way, and just because of the children, we can open up and say, okay, let's find a different way to live our life. Maybe as friends, as co-creators, as neighbors, or separately.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for the realistic speech, because I can see it like similar way, like to find the one. I don't know if you believe for the compromises. Like, I think the compromise must be, right?
Yes, must be.
Yeah. We
have
live,
to accept that.
Yeah, we live from the Hollywood way, sometimes. It's what I was just asking. And yeah, totally forget again one note. And how is your like, because you do many things, you also do acupuncture, right? You do different acupuncture. There was like kind of spiritual acupuncture,
esoteric acupuncture, basic acupuncture, and I combine now the shamanic clearing, energetic way with acupuncture, which I offer usually in festivals or for groups. And it's a very powerful technique. But yeah, I have many tools. As beginning of the conversation, we were talking about power tools.
Yeah.
During my journey of self-exploration, since I understood my mission to help humans and either to feel better, so helping on the physical or some health issues, and more into inspiration and growing, I wanted to collect more and more tools so I can offer help, for someone this help and the other one that help. So it's meditations, I teach meditations and qigong and tai chi, movement, breathing, shamanism, acupuncture and Chinese medicine, different ways. Now I develop a hypnosis technique that I share and teach.
And like when you experience Czech people, can you see like difference, like before and after? That's a question. Yeah, like if you can say like some stories that you help someone to realize something, or
I mean, yeah, for sure. Not only Czech people are humans like any other human on this planet, and in the way of evolution, we go beyond the country border and the name, where am I from, the black, white, east, west. Human wants to find a tool for health or to change their life. Yeah, sometimes, very often they come and they ask me, how can I change my life? And maybe I had several Czech people come to Costa Rica for a 1-week experience, if it's a retreat, or for more, and they change their life, or they understand themselves in a much better or deeper, profound way. I had last year, we did a retreat that is called New Me, 1-week experience, and several business people that came, and one of them was very stressed and couldn't sleep, and just wanted to find a way to solve some problems, and didn't feel necessarily that he is sick, but he wanted to sort out his life. And within 1 week, a complete transformation in his life. He came back home, he called all the people that he needed to solve all the problems with. He changed the way he's behaving with his own intimate family cell. He changed the way he's working with his employees and life, and he's a happy person. So 1 week you invest in your life to become happy? Does it worth it or not?
Definitely. Sold out.
Sold out. And so this is power that I can offer people. I see that not because I'm like, raging because of ego, because I see that it works. And it can be people from Czech. And again, what I'm saying is that Czech people, I find them curious, interested, desiring. That's what I see, because I meet the people from the festivals and around. I don't know the mass, but I want to come to the mass. I'm happy.
How is Costa Rica for you? Like, there are many tribes new tribes like this different. How is the atmosphere? How is it there? It's free, or I don't know.
Costa Rica is a beautiful place. It's really, I think, one of the most beautiful countries in Central America. And it's in Central America, not in the South. Some people told me, it's South America. No, it's in the Central. And I was again, as I said, looking for a place that I can be free, that my soul can say, wow. And I came, it's in the south part of Costa Rica, on the way to Panama, in the Osa Peninsula. And you need to drive quite a while, 4 hours from the airport, into the wild green mountains and a winding road, and then up and down, and then you go in a little wooden sign, and you already left the main roads, and it's like gravel road, and there's no streets and no names to places, and then you enter the farm. And you enter the farm, and suddenly you see huge bamboos, and you start hearing monkeys and birds, and you come, and suddenly you see a sign, be home. And you close the engine, and you stop the car, and you come out, and you don't hear cars, you don't hear people, you hear water running, you hear birds are squeaking, you see bananas hanging from the trees, coconuts, you see toucans flying, you hear monkeys running and jumping like this from the trees welcoming you. No pollution, the best breathing air you can have. You're home. That's where I live. And it's 30 minutes from the beach, from a wild Pacific Ocean, and 30 minutes from Volcano Mountain on the other side, in a perfect climate and atmosphere, and good people around. Pockets of communities that creating together and creating separately, and I choose every time, every moment, what do I do with my life?
You will not get bored?
Rarely.
Really? No, I cannot imagine, like, I understand. I've been to Thailand or Koh Hanoi, the island, no one's there on the beach. But then you come back and the people here, you know, I'm saying, like, people always want something for you, exchange for something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is something when you come with people like helping you, good people. For me, it's rarely to find someone who is like unconditional love. I don't know how many people you know like that, or what's your opinion about it?
It's pretty rare to find. Buddha teaching is unconditional love, is to be in service, and he's one of my teachers. And Jesus is one of my teachers, and some of those big names. And I'm not saying I'm on the foot of them, and I practice the ability to look at the other person and to be in service and help and support and listening ear, and knowing that I'm still a human and I have my limits, let's say. You know, when I need time for myself, I will close the phone, I will tell everyone I need time for myself. And it's like a recharge moment, or maybe day. It's like usually when I come home after a few days, people know I'm home, it's starting. The flow, the activities, the creation, the needs to solve problems or whatever it is. And I'm a people of people. I love people, and I create also in my space. So we live in some kind of constant festival lifestyle, you know. Like we have cacao ceremonies, Shabbat ceremonies, rituals, events, hikes, ocean days, local markets, hunting for fruits. Fun.
Wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that and being here. It's very nice. Would you like to say something to the audience, or with something to mention?
I have many things I can say, but I want to say that I feel that it's time to take responsibility, you know, for each person's, for your life. Not just to sit and wait that something will happen, and not to sit and wait for the next festival that will happen next year. Start now, because life is going fast and time is precious. And so find those tools and those teachers and those messages that help you day by day to wake up and to say, I take responsibility for my life. If I don't feel good, why I don't feel good, what can help me feel good, or who can guide me towards the path to feel amazing. I have no pain in my body, no stress in my body, and I'm in my path. So I would love all humans to reach that state. And from A to B, there's maybe a long way, but there are tools that are waiting, they are available. So that's one thing I want to say. And the second that is related, that I have created on my website and through the different channels, some of these tools that are accessible to people. They don't need to get the money to fly to Costa Rica to meet me and experience that. And that's the beauty of these times, that the online interaction through courses, programs, and even personal mentorship is open. So I invite people, if you're interested, to learn more.
Thank you for coming. Soon, see you soon in another festival or whatever.
Oh, Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, I'm still thinking about it, really. I said, like, let's see how I will recharge or not charge, you know, here in Czech Republic, because it gives lots of energy away. Sometimes to finding also for the soul place.
Yeah.
When the connection very good.
Yeah.
Not the Wi-Fi. So,
yeah, so the recharge retreat at the end of the month is a really good opportunity to come and recharge.
You do also silent one, right?
Silent one will not be in Czech Republic this year, maybe next year. I do in the end of January in Costa Rica.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful day, beautiful day. Even you. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Take care.
Ahoy.